Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving Shorty. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new DC Black Label one, Plastic Man No More. This one was going to be a tough one, simply because I've just finished reading Robin Boy Wonder, which is like top-tier Black Label kind of stuff. I mean, definitely top 5. You've got, Other DC Universe, a couple of absolutely spectacular Wonder Woman, and I'm struggling to think of anything else that's really impressed me that the Black Label thing has put out so far. Boy Wonder was just tour de force, start to finish, got better and better and ended superbly. So picking up this one, which is certainly got some promise, and I was looking forward to it. I thought it's gonna struggle to put its head over the bar that Boy Wonder has just set, but it does manage it. It managed it really quite effectively. It also had an additional challenge of kind of telling us it was going to be subverting some expectations, and it's really hard to do that once you tell people that's what your intent is. Now, obviously, it's kind of hard to release an entire comic book without anyone knowing what's going on inside it, especially when you put it on the Black Label. You could kind of get away with having something weird happening with Plastic Man, I think, in a comic book, and maybe it not be the major selling point. Like, you can lead up to an end of issue 1 kind of, oh my god, that's what's going on. But you do it in Black Label, and you're advertising it as a body horror kind of thing. At a certain point, you've got to expect people going into it are going to have their expectations already changed before they even look at anything inside the comic book. He still managed to do some pretty impressive things. First off, the artwork. Now I've got 2 different artists here. I'm going to have to check names because I always keep forgetting this one. We have Alex Lins do most of the artwork, and then Jacob Edgar comes in for a couple of rather neat, nifty little bits. Now, the core art feels like it's at home in any kind of Black Label comic book. It looks absolutely brilliant. There's some really nice tricks in there as well. When we get to the body horror, for instance, when we see the grody kind of stuff that happens, it is not horrific, not yet. It looks like it could build up to it. There's certainly some groundwork being put in for more terror with regard to the body horror kind of stuff, but it's unsettling and unnerving to begin with. It's the kind of thing that if it was happening on screen, you'd feel like you wouldn't have to particularly look away, but you would enjoy what you were seeing, and it makes you feel uncomfortable because it's so far beyond what we can understand of a body. Really, really effective. We also have some fantastic moments where they use the matter material that makes up Plastic Man's body as guttering and panels for breaks in the pages. This is another really unsettling thing, but it's so good because what we're getting here is flashbacks to his life up until that point, and we see him gradually, his life falling apart in a way which kind of ties in with him actually falling apart in the comic book. Really nice choices throughout. We get a conversation between him and his son, which is absolutely brilliant, superbly well written, and also they pull everything out of that apart from the 2 talking heads. That's a really good thing to do. I sometimes will complain about comic book panels where we know where they're set, but they just have a blank void behind them, like just some weird pastel colour. In this case, it is pure white, and it's done for a reason. It's because everything that matters is what's going on between these 2 people, on their faces and what they're saying, and the artwork looks absolutely spectacular, and the writing is brilliant. All that matters is these people, their relationship that was leading up to this point, the current things that are going on, their motivations, their feelings, their memories, all of it is there for you to see on their faces and what they're saying. Anything else in the background would feel unnecessary because we've already had quite a lot of that come through in just a memory-based flashback. So just committing to it and trusting in the artistic expression of it was really, really good. But I say, there's another artist who comes in to do some Super Friends Justice League of America kind of stuff, and that is much more your typical Super Friends kind of artwork. But this is the bit where it actually does a much better job of subverting, because at this point we already know that it's a horror thing involving Plastic Man, so we would expect to be funny. But here we get to him being funny, going out and literally saving an orphanage, at a point when a Green Lantern and Superman don't save the orphanage. He does, he throws himself in front of a death ray, and everyone kind of likes him for it, but they also like because he's a funny guy, and he kind of makes light of the fact that he's in an awful lot of pain, and they laugh off, oh yeah, Plastic Man, haha, you're too much. It's brilliant because it kind of shows his position within that world in a way we're not used to seeing. Just by slightly changing the angles a little bit and slightly changing where the focus is, it shows he's a lonely, hurt, broken person. He then goes back to get some help once he realises what is happening with his body, and it's so obvious how much he is dismissed when he's not there for comedic effect or to actually save the day. And here's where the form of comic books is really, really good for it, because we literally have his speech bubbles being overwritten by other speech bubbles. That's just one of those things which you can do with comic books so easy, and it is so effective. We also have some jokes which I feel like maybe land a little bit flat, but I feel like that's kind of the point at this when they're doing this kind of thing. But people are still laughing along with it, and that also does add to the fact that it doesn't really matter what he says, he's expected to be funny. So you can get away with doing absolutely terrible jokes, and people still gonna laugh because that's what he's there for. We do get a little bit of additional flashback to start with, which kind of sets up like his character's journey from being the thief. I feel like I want a little bit more of that, but I'm not sure how much too much will be. I'm certainly interested to see more about it, but we'll have to wait see how it plays out in the next few issues. All in all, though, to say I knew I was going to have my expectations subverted, it still did a really good job of handling that in a way which made it interesting, exciting, and funny, and dark, and look spectacular as well. Genuinely worth checking out. I'm hoping it's going to be another one of the Black Label comic books that I'm still going to be talking about in years to come. That's it for me for now. I've gone quite a bit over, so I'll see you later. Until I do, look after you, so everyone. Stay safe. Bye!